My name is Nocturna Lee Mission, and I'm a drag queen here in Minneapolis. I actually didn't ever consider being a drag queen or really knew what it was until I moved to Minneapolis when I was 19, and my partner and I that I was seeing at the time decided that we would go out in full drag for an event called Goth-Prom. And a drag queen named Victoria DeVille saw me out and then pushed me into doing an amateur competition, and she became my drag mom, and now I'm doing drag, and it's been, oh boy, almost 6 years. It has definitely made me become a lot less of an introvert. I used to be like that super hardcore emo anime nerd in high school, so it's definitely made me more of an extroverted emo anime nerd. I think that someone who has like really influenced my persona has been, one, my mother. I grew up with a single mother and showed me what powerful women are, and it just made me want to be that, but not all the time. So now I get to be a powerful woman once in a while. Otherwise, I'm just really inspired by celebrities like Curly, Marilyn Manson will get thrown in there with me. Take a lot of inspiration from anime and anything creepy. Like anything that's like a horror movie or a weird sci-fi 80s thriller, that's like my jam, and I'll take some of that and throw it into my drag. Like clowns, love clowns. I'm one of the few. Killer clowns from outer space, like makeup inspiration right there. Well, I mean, drag queens are just glamorous clowns. At least in my opinion. If it offends any other drag queens, you're not that. But if you like that title, go for it. So during the day, I work at a salon called Hair Police, and that was my full-time job for a while, and now drag has become the full-time. So it's always a very intense balancing act on how to maneuver, my boy name is Justin, or outside of drag, and how to maneuver Nocturna and Justin in the same realm, because I like to keep them separate, but it's really hard when you do both things as much as you do. But the longer I do it, the more fun it is to just have them integrated and merging into each other. And now, like, I find things for drag through hair, and I find clients for hair through drag. So it's kind of a nice balanced situation, which is always good for me because I'm a Libra. I've found so much joy in drag because it's such a creative outlet that I was just so much more drawn to it. And I still love doing hair, but this is something that is just like very much for myself. Like I still put on a show for people and entertain crowds, and I love that part of drag, but I also love that like Nocturna is just my own personal creation. Oh, Nocturna has been an evolution since day one. When I started drag, I just wanted to be that like creepy girl. She only wore fishnets, she only wore black. I don't want to see glitter or a rhinestone anywhere. I did Marilyn Manson, and just anything creepy, I would do it. And as I've gone further into my drag career, I've started to infuse different aspects of it, and now I feel like Nocturna is this like Goth-Glam creature. That's how I like to view myself. It's weird talking in the third person, but it is a separate. Yeah, I just like fusing pop and pop culture and anything from like the horror and creep genres into like this like one solid entity. And I like to play in all of the realms because drag has no rules, so why not play and dabble in all the aspects of it. I'm always Nocturna, but you will always see a different side of me when I'm doing a show, because if I'm having kind of a down day, I'm gonna bring you some like dark music and get my feelings out on stage. But if it's like there's some days I just wanna like put on a pretty dress and do a top 40 number for fun. Nocturna is always Nocturna, but there's always a different aspect shining brighter than the other when I'm on stage. If I have a show, I start my morning, and I'm either gonna go to work or I'm going to just like lounge around, but it takes me about 2.5 hours to do my makeup. I prefer 3, but it's one of my favorite parts of drag, so I try to do as much prep time to get into it. And then depending on the show, we choose how many numbers we're gonna do. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, some shows have different requirements. And so you just spend your day like mapping out, what am I gonna wear? What is my makeup gonna look like? What songs am I going to do? But the crazy thing about drag that no one really realizes is like, you see a drag queen on stage for 3.5 minutes. But that costume that they're wearing, they probably took 3 weeks to rhinestone, or to choreograph a number, or to style that wig, or to take all that time on that makeup. So I find it really incredible that drag performers, drag queens, drag kings, and all those in between, we put so much into a 3.5 minute song for the audience to enjoy. I think it's really cool. Yeah, drag is a lot of work, but it's so much fun. The payoff, and then like money aside, just like the payoff of like having a vision and creating something and stepping into the mirror and being like, wow, I like actually made that happen. This was my idea. It's really self-rewarding. It's still to this day so crazy to see someone like super excited to see you like step out on stage. Like, because I was that like tiny little introverted kid. I had my very select small group of friends, and then to like have people really into what you do and appreciate what you're doing is a really cool sensation that I still don't think I will ever get used to. Whew. What's next? That's always a loaded question. I maybe have thought about auditioning for a TV show, but we'll see where that goes. It's very intimidating. I recently started DJing my own party, and it's all centered around old school emo music, so like the early 2000s. So I just like get behind the booth, I play some jams, and everyone like moshes out. And I have a couple plans in the works for Halloween this year because I want it to be like really big and really creepy. So every Friday and Saturday night, I'm here at the saloon hosting our dancers. And then you can catch me at Lush for different drag brunches and their Drag Revolution show. I'm also with Flip Phone events all the time, so we do theme brunches on the Union rooftop. There's always something new, or the emo party at Honey. And then I'm here Monday night for the girls show with Barb. So I'm like all over all the time, so you can usually bump into me. Otherwise, like you could follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I love chatting with people. So for any new drag performers coming into the scene, like my biggest advice is to do it because you love it. Don't do it because you want to make money. Don't do it because you want to be on a TV show. If you're not doing drag for the love of doing drag, you're going to burn out and not have as much success in it as you want to. So first and bottom line, make sure you are performing for yourself and for the fun of it, and don't let anybody tell you that your drag isn't valid, because it is your drag and you get to do whatever you want with it.